ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ध्येयं गीता नाम सहस्रम् ध्येयं श्रीपतिरूपमजस्रम् ज्ञेयं सज्जनसङ्गे चित्तम् देयं दीनजनाय च वित्तम् सुखतः क्रियते रामा भोगः पश्चाद्भक्त शरीरे रोगः यद्यपि लोके मरणं शरणं तदपि न मुञ्चति पापाचरणम् अर्थमनर्थं भावय नित्यं नास्ति ततः सुखलेश सत्यम् पुत्रादपि धनभाजां भीतिः सर्वत्रैषा विहिता रीतिः प्राणायामं प्रत्याहारं नित्यविवेकविचारम् जाप्य समेत समाधिविधानं कूर्ववधानं महदवधानम् गुरुचरणाम्बुज निर्भर भक्तः संसारादचिरात् भवमुक्तः सेन्द्रियमानसनियमादेवं द्रक्ष्यसि निज हृदयस्थं देवम्
Any clarifications pending? No.
Yes. Screen share.
Oh, I'm not seeing it. I'm not able to see it. Ah, now it's come. I heard before saying a mantra, reciting Shastra, we should visualize. Question: are we visualizing the deity to whom the mantra or Shastra is dedicated? What are we visualizing? How do we say a mantra correctly? When the mind sways with a different thought while saying the mantra, how do we get it back on track? Please break down Ramakrishna Paramahansa's crow and dead rat story. And what's the message it conveys? The story was alluded to in passing the last class, but the message wasn't explained. Why ask this question? Asking for trouble. First, mantra, japa, visualization and all, forget it. Dissect Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's story. Dissect his story first. The crow was complaining. That story. In that, the crow is complaining. People are bad. People are selfish, self-centered, bad. Nobody is good around me. That's the complaint the crow gave. So the saint asked, what makes you to say so? Because they're all chasing me. Wherever I go, they are chasing me. The crows are chasing me. Therefore, everybody in my community, everybody in my system is selfish and self-centered, bad people. The saint said, you want all that? Do you really want them to stop chasing you? Yes. But you don't want, you want people to chase you. That's your entertainment. That's the problem. You want people to chase you and you want to fight them back. That's all your, that's your entertainment in life. So the saint asked, are you really sure that you want all this competition to stop, to drop? The crow said, yes, because they're constantly coming, picking at me, poking at me. I'm trying to escape them. I'm not able to, because me, one single individual, how can I fight with the whole bunch? Are you able to follow? The saint said, very simple. All of them are coming not for you. First understand that. Nobody is coming for you. If you think they are coming for you, you are utterly mistaken. They are not coming for you. No, they are doing that. How can you say that? They are doing that to me. How can you say that? It is so clear to me that they are coming. Ramakrishna said, very simple. You are holding on to a dead rat, no? Drop the dead rat and see what happens. The moment the crow dropped the dead rat, instantly the entire crowd went. Instantly the entire crowd went behind what? Where did it went behind? Where did it went behind? The crow or the dead rat? Dead rat. Why? They were not chasing you. They are chasing the dead rat. Wherever you feel competition, people are. I always, wherever I go, people are after me, sir. I don't know why. Who's after you? Nobody is even. See, in the entire creation, you don't even exist. In the entire creation, you don't even exist. I was thinking this morning, one of the very close person, dear to me personally, passed away. Poor thing, wonderful lady, she passed away. No, life is, no, what an agony, what a pain, what was chasing, what was not chasing. What happens to all that? Nothing. Nothing makes a difference. But when you are alive, you don't even understand this. Why you don't even understand that? Why you don't even understand this? Because what the crowd is doing is what you are also doing. The dead rat that the crows are chasing is the same dead rat that you are also chasing. That's what Ramakrishna says. As long as you are also chasing the same dead rat, this will be your life. What is the dead rat means? The symbolism. What does the dead rat means? That's the clarification, correct? What is the dead rat? Desires. Desire is the dead rat. As long as you are holding on to the desire, correct. He gave the answer rightly, so from now on, no questions of him will be entertained. Ban him from questioning because he gave the right answer now. What is the dead rat? What is the dead rat? Desire is the dead rat. What is the destiny? What is the end result? What is the predetermined result of a desire? What is the destiny of a desire? What is the predetermined result of a desire? Misery. Whenever you desire, anytime you desire, your destiny is already predetermined. Don't worry. Don't go to the horoscope man and ask, what is my future? The moment you have desired, your destiny is made. What is the destiny? Misery is the result. We may agree, we may not agree. No, sir, but how can we grow in life without desire? Or whatever be your idea of growth, whatever be your concept of, whatever be your growth. Fulfillment is not the destiny of desire. Misery is the destiny of desire. That's where everybody keeps on saying, stop desiring, stop desiring, stop desiring. For what is this desire? What is the nature of desire? Desire means you can never be contented with where you are, what you have. That is desire. Again, I repeat. What is the definition of desire? The definition of desire is you can never be contented with what you have and where you are. You always believe something else, something else, something else. I think some of you would have experienced this long time back. I don't think they are doing it anymore. I don't know whether they are still doing it in the cities. At least in the cities, it's not happening. I still remember 30, 40 years back, as you are walking in the road, suddenly 3 men or 3 women will come in front of you and they will show you a postcard. Have you ever experienced that? Anybody has experienced that? They will show you a postcard. In that postcard, there will be a beautiful bungalow. There will be a beautiful house. It is like the picture postcard in Scotland. I don't know. Picture postcard of the beautiful thing in that. And then they will ask you, do you wish to have this? Do you want to have this? Do you wish to have a house like this? Obviously, what will you say? Obviously, what will you say? Because they are seeing you coming out of a hut. So you are coming out of a hut, and when they show you that, what will you say? What will anybody say? Yes, yes, yes. Only anybody will say yes. And then they'll say, this is what you will get in heaven. You thought you are going to get it now. You thought they are going to take you to the register office and transfer the property in your name. They will tell you, this is what you will get in heaven. Do you want to go to heaven and enjoy that? At least you will think what? At least at least if not now, at least something later is guaranteed. No. At least not now, sir, but at least guaranteed no in future. Definitely guaranteed. What to do? Convert. What to do? Convert. Oh, I tell you, I can never ever forget that. Never ever forget. I used to come back thinking, because I was so tempted to get converted. So I came back thinking, nothing is happening here. At least they are giving you something. Desire makes you to dream. Dream na hallucinate na artham. Dream na vision kadayadu. See, nowadays the word dream is interchanged as vision. You should dream na, you should fall off to sleep. Dream means dream is substituted as a higher vision. Like for example, one of the presidents of this country said, all youngsters must have a dream. Did he say go back to sleep? What is meant by the word dream? You must have a vision. You must have a purpose. Desire will not allow you to do that. Desire will create a Desire will create a huge network of dreams, and you will be living in your dreams. Desire comes out of a conviction that you are miserable now, you can't be happy now. Desire is born out of this ignorance. Remember this. Desire is always born out of this. What is it, ignorance? As I am now, I can't be. As I am now, I can't be happy. If I have something, then I can be happy. This is the dead rat. Now, what will make you happy? First, money. Now, everybody is chasing that money, dead rat. Correct? What will make you happy? First thing that will make you happy is money. And everybody is chasing that money. What will happen to you? Now you have to hold on to the money, and you have to chase the competitors away, and still keep the money. And even if you keep the money, fear of thieves going to come on. Fear of thieves will come. Okay, if thieves are not coming, IT will come. IT will come, ED will come. I don't know who all will come. You can't even sleep. Sleep after that. Therefore, they say, now I will move on to something else. From money, I will move on to something else. And that something else goes on changing. This is the dead rat. Are you able to follow? The problem is when everybody is chasing that, there will be competition. If one person stands out and say, I am not your competitor, that person who says, I am not your competitor is what we call as sannyasi in Vedanta. That's why to symbolize that he is not your competitor in any way, he takes up to ochre color robe, symbolically saying that I am not in competition with you for anything that you have. It's not happening nowadays. That's a different story. I'm talking about it symbolically. I am not your competitor in any way. I am not competing with what you. That is freedom. This is dissecting Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's dead rat story. You want more dissection or enough? Enough for today. Yeah, more dissection. More dissection. We'll start weeping and crying now. So we'll stop at the dissection now. But remember, desire means a conviction that as you are with what you have, you can't be happy. As I am with what I have, I can't be happy. It means desire to spring needs a precondition. What is the precondition for desire? I am miserable. Unless you are convinced that I am miserable, you can never have a desire. Always remember that. It doesn't really matter what you say, what you seek. In the deepest core, you are convinced that you are miserable. Therefore, I want something. Are you okay till now? Yes.
When you are saying further dissection, can we say that 7 pebbles are the dead rats?
Yes. Name, fame, power, position, family, status, health, all this is the dead rat. Desire makes you a fool. Remember that. Mooda mate, he's saying no. Desire makes you a fool. How it makes you a fool? How desire makes you a fool? That's why he says the whole lot is one. Mooda. He says the one whole lot is foolish. He feels like saying idiots, but he's saying fools. Yeah, the whole lot. The whole lot is that. Hmm? Desire makes you a fool. How desire makes you a fool? And I tell you, not a single person will learn this lesson. Very difficult to learn this lesson. You will be fooled by your desire. How desire fools you? It makes you to believe happiness is in that. You will make all your effort to get to that, only to get miserable, beaten up by that, and then run away from that crying. That's how desire makes you a fool. Again, you are so convinced that your happiness lies in that. No gods can come and change you. No Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, no Shankara, no Krishna, no Bhagavad Gita, nothing can change you. Chances are you may change them. That's why they all die very early. You know that? Better to die very early than to be alive for so long. Because you will convince them. And I also know, sir, first tell me how to fulfill my desire, then I will transcend my desire, sir. I tell you, in the class, I'm saying one thing, outside of the class, I'm doing exactly the opposite all the time. Outside of the class, everybody will come and ask, sir, how to fulfill this desire, then I will transcend. Muda, desire makes you a fool. How does it make you a fool? First, it will convince you happiness lies there. And you will go and cling on to it. And then what will you experience? And then what will you experience? Misery. Who you should go and whip? You should go and whip. The one that causes you misery or the ignorance that made you to believe, but nobody will whip the ignorance. Unnecessarily, they'll go and whip the other. Desire makes you a fool. Are you able to follow? How long are you going to remain a fool? How long are you going to remain a fool? Yeah. That's why, sir, if few of my desires are fulfilled, I'll be contented first. With that contentment, with that strength, I will transcend. Sir, first the existing diseases is not enough. I will get more diseases. With that extra disease, armed with that extra disease, I will exercise and I become strong. Wow. What an intelligent way of living. What a beautiful way of living. Who looks right here? Srikanth. Shankaracharya da loose madri irparadilla. Yeah. Shankaracharya will look like one, I don't know, who is Mudamati here? Is it okay? This is as far as the desire is. This is as far as the desire is concerned. Desire 3. How do you overcome that? Remember, desire requires darkness. Desire requires darkness. Desire can flourish only in darkness. Desire cannot survive light. The roots has to be hidden in the darkness. Then only the tree can grow. Are you able to understand the tree and the root? The root always has to be hidden in dark. Then only the tree can grow. Expose the root to the light. What happens to the tree? The moment the root is exposed to the light, what happens? The tree dies. Similarly, you bring in light and look at the desire. You bring in light and look at the desire. It dies. Light here represents knowledge, obviously. All the that we understand. When you are in the earth, you will think heaven is better. You go to heaven and you'll always feel some other heaven is better. Some other heaven is better. You go from loka to loka. You go from experience to experience. You go from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. Driven by what? Driven by desire. So expose the desire to the light. That's what we are trying to do here. What are we trying to do here is to expose the desire to the light. And the moment you bring in the light, desire dies away. For desire can flourish only in darkness. But sir, so much of knowledge we are having, but still darkness is there. Yeah. So much of knowledge we are having. If I ask any one of you to give a lecture now, I will know how much of knowledge. I will be ashamed most of the time. In fact, I do that. I read so much. I feel ashamed. Genuinely, so many times I feel ashamed. My God, what a knowledge. What the knowledge. I have brought it to light, sir, but still no transformation has happened. Why? Because you didn't bring it to light. You didn't bring it to light. What is bringing it to light means? Antaranga sadhana, bahiranga sadhana. The knowledge supported by the antaranga sadhana, bahiranga sadhana will work. Not just knowledge means not just listening to it again and again and again, reading morning and evening, again and again and again, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. No change will happen. Therefore, to overcome that, you need to bring it, desire can flourish only in darkness. Darkness means ignorance. And that can be overcome only when you bring it to light. And light means knowledge. And what is knowledge? Antaranga sadhana, bahiranga sadhana, all put together, combined is knowledge. Remember, whenever in this classroom we have been using this word knowledge, it means the combined spiritual practices. We don't mean knowledge by. You thought knowledge means the verse and the interpretation of the verse and understanding the interpretation. The verse, the interpretation, and the understanding of the verse must result in what? It's a combined practice. That antaranga sadhana, bahiranga sadhana combined. This is the desire. This is dissecting that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa dead rat story. Desire causes delusion because we think we are going to find happiness in things where it doesn't exist. Moha can't be explained without explaining its expressions. Correct. Please explain all the different expressions of moha in addition to anger, krodha, which was explained in the last session. All the different expressions of moha. What are the different expressions of moha? You have the list already. Krodha, lobha, mada, matsarya, bhaya, dvesha. Krodha, lobha, mada, matsarya, bhaya, dvesha. These are the expressions of moha. First one, anger. Anger comes when desire interrupted, you will get angry. Anger is nothing but your desires getting interrupted. No, sir, but I get angry for right reasons only. For a higher cause, for the righteous cause only, I get angry, sir. All anger is out of desires getting intercepted. Anger is an attitude to destroy the interruption. That's why anger makes you violent. Anger makes you violent. You want to break something? No. Why do you want to break something? You want to kill. Obviously, you don't have the courage to go and kill that person. So what will you do? Innocent TV remote will get. Yeah, innocent TV remote, phone, food plate. But nevertheless, in you, anger subsides after that. Why? Because psychologically you have killed. Law of karma says, one murder. You will pay the price for one murder. Take it or leave it. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Whenever you get angry, you have committed as far as the law of karma is concerned, you have committed a murder. It doesn't really matter. No, sir. I didn't really do it. It doesn't. Karma is very clear. What? Because manasam karma, vachikam karma, kayakam karma. Mentally, you have committed, at the thought level, you commit a murder. At the word level, you commit a murder. Lot of courage is required to go and take a knife and that courage with people. People are cowards. Even there, they don't have that courage. Try it once. You just take the knife and stab. Forever, you will not get angry after that. The punishment that you get after that will ensure that you will never get angry after that. But then that's what we don't do that. We always legitimize it. So first thing, anger, moha. Okay. Moha means, okay, what is the consequence of moha? Even moha you can't understand without expression. What is the consequence of moha? Naraka. Moha equals naraka. Understand it like that. Narakam. Life or narakam irukku, sir. With that lady or without that lady. Life is naraka, sir. Life is full naraka only. Because every day you commit so much of murders. How will you have every day you are committing இந்த மாதிரி questions எல்லாம் edit பண்ணிடுங்க. Yeah, why? That's why I started by saying why he even asked this question. I even asked this question. Anger, what do you do in anger? You destroy, no? Mentally, what are you destroying? You are destroying the other. Are you okay till now? Not only that, you will bring that person mentally again and again and again and keep stabbing that person. You don't stop it once. Are you able to follow? You bring it up again and again and again in your head. In your head, you will bring it up again and again and again and keep. Yeah. Since you are doing that, what will happen to you in Naraka? Remember all the Naraka things that I said? Since you are doing it mentally to somebody, in Naraka, Yama will not come and Yama will not even look at you. All his parivara will come and take you. Yama varnuna, you should have done good. Some extraordinary karmas you should have done for Yama to come. Illana Yama and all will not come. These fellows will come and take you. This is anger. Is anger okay? Anger. Then the next one is lobha. Desire is fulfilled. Put a flow chart, it will be easy in your head. Desire has three possibilities: fulfillment, unfulfillment, interruption. Make a flow chart in your head. Desire, moon. Fulfilled, unfulfilled, intercepted. When your desire is interrupted, you get angry. Anger leads to You do things that you should not be done. You say things that you should not say. You do things that you should not do. What is the consequence of it? So, desire, intercepted, consequences, எல்லாம் ஒரே consequence இருந்து முடியும் நரக naraka. So, desire, anger, naraka. Is the sequence clear? Again, desire fulfilled. It's not that your desires are intercepted all the time. Desires gets fulfilled also. Now what happens when it is fulfilled? Lobha, mada. Lobha, greed. Mada, arrogance. Mada, arrogance. Lobha, greed. Mada, arrogance. What is arrogance, mother? Arrogance means you will become careless about the blessings of yours. That's arrogance. You'll become so careless about the blessings of yours. Over a period of time, all the blessings will leave you naraka. Are you able to follow? What does mother arrogance means? All those things that I never ever want to say, I'm saying. Arrogance means, it's arrogance and not in the English sense of arrogance. See, arrogance means you become so careless to the blessings that you have gotten. So instantly what happens, you'll be so careless about it. And the very fact that you are so careless about it leaves. 2 days back, I was in that apartment, standing there, waiting for something to come. The security guy didn't know who I am. So he asked me, யாருக்கு வெயிட் பண்றீங்க? I said I'm waiting for that thing to go to K8/1. So that house number I said. He's telling me, sir, people in that house are very good people, sir. He's talking about me only. He didn't know that it's me. People are very good, sir, in that house. I said, Abdiyappa, yaar avunga? So I'm asking, no? I'm continuing the conversation. Because nobody is saying any good thing about me. Yeah, if anybody says something good about me, I get very excited. And the only guy that I heard is that security fellow. So he said, very good, sir, they are. I said, what? Innappa pannanga? You know what he said? Nothing. See, summer season, no. I ensured that this entire 4 months, the pot will be kept. All of them will get potted good water. You know that mud pot. It's so good to, all that they are getting is what? 4 glasses of water in a day, that's all. Here, we don't even care about it. At that time when he was talking to me, it struck me. Why is it that I am not able to be grateful to that 4 glasses of water? Why? That's called mother. That's called mother arrogance. That's mother arrogance. That arrogance will lead, now what that arrogance will lead me to? I'll be so careless. When I'm so careless, what will be the consequences of carelessness? I lose everything. And when I lose everything, for 1 glass of water, for 1 glass of water, I will. This is mother, moha. And we are discussing it in the context of Bhaja Govindam. And what does Bhaja Govindam means? Very first introduction class. Bhaja Govindam means moha. Moha Mudugarana, what does it mean? Yeah. Take the hammer and break your skull. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Moha Mudgara means hammering, breaking the, not literally. It has to be broken down like that. Otherwise, change will never. So what is arrogance? Arrogance is not a superiority complex where we're looking at all others as, oh, I'm not that. That is very, very gross. It's not that. It is inclusive of that. But at the deepest core, what is arrogance? You become so careless about the blessings that you have. Correct? Huh? Are you okay now? Where it will lead you to? Where it will lead you to? you will lose it. And when you lose it, you will end up in Naraka. So, desire, anger, Naraka. Desire, mada, Naraka. Now, desire, lobha, Naraka. What is lobha? Greed. What is greed? Squeezing it. Squeezing it. Like the sugarcane, like the sugarcane juice. There's no juice at all in it, isn't it? It has become paper. Even at that time also, try to squeeze one drop, sir, at least one drop. This attitude of squeezing, what will happen? You'll start becoming greedy. You'll start squeezing. What happens? What happens? The object and beings will leave you. They'll run away from you. You want to run away from somebody, somebody wants to run away from you. Both ways, huh? Please understand that. Nobody wants to come near me, sir, because you are squeezing all the time. Who will want to come near you? Kitta ponale, you are like the sugarcane juice. If somebody gets closer to you, you instantly start squeezing that, they'll run away. See, you go near somebody, they'll so naraka it is. Desire, greed, naraka. Is the sequence clear till now? Anger, என்னெல்லாம் பேசணும்? Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. Envy. Envy. What is envy? Jealousy, the green-eyed monster, he says. Explain. Jealousy, the green-eyed monster. It sits inside you and eats you up. From within, it eats you up. What is jealousy? What is jealousy? I want something. I want an object. I am not getting it. I want an object because I want an object. For what? Because in that lies my happiness. Are you okay? Now, what is jealousy? I am not having that object. Somebody is having that object. Obviously, what will be that person now? Obviously, what will be that person? Happy? And you can't stand the happiness of other. Are you able to follow the sequence? See, you want it because you want happiness. You are not having it. In your head, you are thinking what the other is having that. Because the other is having that, obviously, in your head, what do you think? He's happy. And you are? And you can't? You can't stand that. That's called jealousy. Isn't it? Have you ever observed, what is this matsarya, envy? Very simple. Observe it in you. Whenever you go to the restaurant and look at the other table food, same restaurant, same idli sambar you ordered is the same idli sambar. They have also ordered same rotten kitchen lenda, it's coming, isn't it? Same rotten kitchen that idli sambar is coming to you and it is coming to the other also. Where is the problem? But what is that? Nothing different. It's exactly the same thing, but jealous. So what happens? It eats you up from inside. And then what happens? You start scheming. What happens? You start scheming, you start planning, you want to take it away. Yeah. Jealousy makes you to believe the only way to enjoy it is to own it. That's jealousy. Jealousy makes you to believe the only way to enjoy anything is to own it. Are you able to follow what is jealousy? Now, how can you own everything? You can't own everything. Either Ravana tried, isn't it? He tried. Everything he lost. You follow? Everything he lost. And everybody told him You will suffer and die. You will suffer and die. You will suffer and die. Everybody told him, but that man couldn't listen. Correct? Vibhishana told him. He didn't listen. Kumbhakarna said, on my dead body, you change. He didn't. Indrajit said, on my dead body, you change. No, dead bodies after dead bodies he was doing. He was watching. But one thing he wouldn't do. What? One thing he wouldn't do. What? Change. Dead rat he will not let go. He will not let go of the dead rat. Series of funerals okay. Series of dead bodies okay. But dropping the dead rat, dropping the rat is impossible. Okay, what all we have covered till now? Very pessimistic class today. But anyway, yeah, very, very pessimistic, depressing class today. But doesn't matter. Desire, anger, naraka. Desire, lobha, naraka. Desire, mada, naraka. Desire, matsarya, naraka. Krodha, lobha, mada, matsarya. Fifth one, bhaya. Bhayam means insecurity, fear. The sense of insecurity, that is bhayam. What is insecurity? The fear of losing. Fear of losing. See, it is not actually it's not the fear of losing. It is the fear that it will change. It's not the fear of losing it. It is the fear that it will change. That fear that the other is going to change, I have to hold on to the other person. Somehow prevent the other person from not changing. Because I know the other is changing. Yeah, fear. How to overcome that? The person loving me today need not love me tomorrow. Na? You will not have fear today. Are you able to follow? Are you able to follow what is fear? Fear means the fear of losing. It's not actual loss. It is the fear that the other is going to change. So what I have to do, I have to prevent the other from changing. And the very effort that you make to prevent the other from changing is naraka for you. Are you able to follow? Who are you talking to? Why are you talking so much? Why aren't you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? Why are you doing? I tell you, so tiring at the end of the day. Why even do that? Why even do that? Naraka. Are you able to follow? Desire. Huh? Desire. Bhayam. Naraka. And when they change, dvesha. They change. They will change. Because just as if you can change, why the other can't change? No, sir, I don't change at all, sir. You are in coma, Nartho. If you are not changing, you are in coma. Because life equals change. It will change. Dvesha. Dvesha, hatred. Therefore, desire, now erase all the modifications, erase all that and make one formula. Desire equals, desire equals naraka. Misery, pain, suffering. In that, we get in this dramatic thing that's happening, we are all smiling, laughing, being happy also. Why? Because one drop of honey is coming. One drop of honey. That's all. Remember that story? No? See, that man is perched on the edge of a branch. The lion chased him. He climbed up the tree. He went to the branch. So the lion is waiting. Now the branch, because of the weakness, it is bending into the river, and the crocodile is waiting. So there is a crocodile. Now the branch, anytime branch will break. So there is a crocodile that is waiting. There is the lion that is waiting, and suddenly he sees one python crawling slowly towards him. This is the situation. In that situation, because of the movement of the tree, the beehive is disturbed. When the beehive is disturbed, honey drops dripping, and it dropped right on his. What do you think that man will do? What do you think that man will do? That's all life is. Moha mudgara it is. Moha delusion it is. That's what he's trying to do. Is a dissection okay? How each and everything leads to arrogance, mother, matsarya, bhaya, dvesha, hatred, the intense hatred. Enmity can come only through friendship. You know that, no? Hatred can come only through, you cannot directly have hatred. The person who was your friend yesterday, something happened and the friend turns into an enemy. What happened? Dvesha. Can't even stand. That name only soladingu, sir. Don't even utter the name of that person to me. I can't stand dvesha. All this will churn you up inside. Remember this. All this will churn you up inside and you will go through misery. Everybody is going through misery because all this 6, 7 is churning everybody from inside. And there is no need to do this is Bhaja Govindam, is Vedanta, the Vedas. There is no need to live life like this. There's no need to live life like this. For there is another way to live also. What is another way to live? What is another way to live? Live life not in darkness, live life in light. That's why they're all called Bharatas. Bharata. Now, what is the meaning of the word Bharata? Those who are living in light, knowledge in Artham. Indian citizenship vachirunda illa. Oh, I am Bharati. Not because you have an Indian citizenship, Indian passport. Wherever person is living in light, that person is called Asirati. One who is always living in that, light, the light of knowledge. Yes.
I don't know if I'm asking right, but can it be connected to Siddhanta to bring the intensity of that desire down and eliminate it? Is it possible?
The question is to eliminate the desires. Can Siddhanta be a method? Yes. All that is part of the Antaranga Sadhana, Bahiranga Sadhana. All the Antaranga, Bahiranga Sadhana that we are going to talk about will encompass that also. So Siddhanta is a very good angle to reduce intensity of the desire, because Siddhanta tells you have so much, what are you craving for? When you have so much, what are you craving for? Do what you ought to do. You have so much. All that you do, what does Siddhanta tell you, teaches you? You have so much, you have. All that what you need to do, be grateful to that and become a contributor. Instead of worrying about desiring, craving, anger, jealousy, greed, and ignore, don't worry about all this. Understand that you have been blessed with so many things and start becoming a contributor. So Rina Siddhanta should motivate you to become a contributor. Less and less of consumption and more of contribution is the expression of Rina Siddhanta. Again, Rina Siddhanta, the understanding of Rina Siddhanta, how do you know that you have understood it rightly? How do you know that you have understood? Your consumption will be less, your contribution will be, your consumption will be less, your contribution will be more. Contribute. You follow? Give. It's one aspect. Is there anything else? How to overcome all these expressions of desires and the desire itself? Saying Neti doesn't work by itself. Saying Neti will not work. Poor man. Where is he? Where is he? Poor fellow. Neti and all will not work. Sadhana will work. Neti will work when the intensity of the desiring is very flimsy. When it has become very flimsy, Neti will work. Now it is very strong. Neti cannot work here. Neti will not work here. What will work? Whatever we are going to discuss. Antaranga sadhana, Bahiranga sadhana. You follow? Neti will not work. Sadhanas alone will, tapas will work. We thought just by saying not this, not this, not this at the thought level itself, we can just, we can cruise, isn't it? How can you cruise? It won't work. You need to do tapas. Artha dissection. அது என்ன கண்டினியூட்னு இருக்குது அடியில. What is that continued? All the question and then continued. Irritating that is. Remove that. Question now. How does the king giving a mango to the sage convey the message of moha delusion? Wow, beautiful story it is. Beautiful story. Remember that story? Yeah. The sage gave the mango to the king and the mango came back to the sage. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. He came, the sage came and gave the mango to the king because it's a very, it's a very precious mango. Not the one that I got on Tuesday evening, not the box that I got on Tuesday evening mango, different mango. Yeah, that proper. I got one box on Tuesday evening. Not that box. Correct? No, isn't it? Anyway, that man, he got one beautiful, that mango he got. And it was so beautiful. It was so he wanted to give it to the king because the king is Narayana. King is equated to Vishnu because he's the protector. The king being the protector is always the Vishnu. That's why in the king's court, even the rishi will sit 1 feet below the king. The rishi's seat will not be higher than the king, even though technically it should be like that. But the king's throne alone, why? Because that is the protector, the Vishnu. No? So he thought anything that is good must go to the protector, the king. So he went and gave that mango to the king, saying how expensive it is, how, I don't know what all adjectives he said, and he gave it to the king. The king got the mango out of the status being the protector he got. Now what the king did, he should have consumed it. Yeah, what the king did, he should have taken it as a prasad and consumed it. Out of his obsession, what he went and what he did, he gave it to the queen. Obsession. Assuming is the obsession of moha. See, when you are obsessed with something, you assume that The reverse is also happening. Other drama of Adha Moha. When you are obsessed with something, in turn, that will be obsessed towards something else. Always remember that, because your obsession is so frustrating to the other. Your obsession is so frustrating to the other, they will be obsessed towards something else only. Why will they be obsessed to you? Yeah, we put throttle panni, sugarcane juice put it. Why will anybody be obsessed? So in turn, what happened? The king, out of obsession, gave it to the queen, and the queen couldn't handle the obsession of the king. Therefore, she got obsessed to the security guard, and she gave the mango to the security guard. Security guard in turn was obsessed to his wife. So he went and gave that mango to the wife. Wife was so devoted to the sage, she went and gave the mango back to the sage. Next morning, the next morning, the sage came with the mango. Instantly, the fellow got detached. Are you able to follow now? What is that story conveying? What is the story conveying? Everybody is cheating, sir. Is that the message? Is that the message? You want love, learn to be detached. You want love, learn to get detached. That's the message here. Otherwise, the story will look like everybody is cheating. There's no such thing called dharma at all in life, sir. That's why laws has to be made very strict. Times of India article. We are not doing a newspaper article here. Yeah. What is the message here? What is the message here? When you are obsessed towards anything, you will pay your heart breaks. Yeah. Your heart breaks. Everybody heart is breaking, isn't it? Everybody heart is breaking. First, it is normally beating. Yeah, it is normally beating. You should have just kept it like that. Yeah, that's how they do, no? I don't know how they keep it also nicely nowadays. I saw the kids and practicing, it's not coming only to me. You know, how beautifully they kept that heart. Yeah. What it's beating, you should have just left it like that. That normal heart started vibrating. And that vibrating heart will break. Why you do all that? Just allow it to beat. All of that. That is detachment. Make a big next story. Ananya Chinta is single pointedness for God. The context. I heard tapas is single pointedness. Ravana also had single pointedness for material elements. Ananya Chinta is also single pointedness for God. Nididhyasana is also single pointedness for God. Are all three the same as long as they concentrate on God? Or if different, what's the difference between the three? Tapas, Ananya Chinta, and Nididhyasana. Number one, Ananya Chinta is not possible for Ravana. Ravana didn't have Ananya Chinta. Remember that. Ravana never had Ananya Chinta. He had Anya Chinta. What is Ananya Chinta? Fear, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Bhaya, Dvesha, living in all these, having all this in abundance. Where is Ananya Chinta possible for Ravana? But he was so obsessed by the desire, the obsession made him to be single-pointed temporarily. Remember that. It's not single-pointedness. It is just obsession. If you are obsessed by anything, you will be single-pointed for a period of time. And then you will get beaten up, you will leave it. That's a different story. But in that period of obsession, you will not call it as Ananya Chinta. Yeah, Ananya Chinta, isn't it? Ananya Chinta means no other desire is existing. That is Ananya Chinta. Ananya Chinta is not a method for fulfilling a desire. Ananya Chinta is not a method to fulfill a desire. Ananya Chinta means there is no other thinking, because there is no other desire. Why there is no other thinking, no other desire? Because the person has started thinking about God. Ananya Chinta will become only when you understand the beauty of the divine and the ugliness of the materiality. Remember that. Ananya Chinta can come only when the beauty of the divine is understood and the ugliness of the materiality is understood. Then only Ananya Chinta can come. Are you okay about the definition of Ananya Chinta? Now, Ravana, like any human being, when you are obsessed to get anything, you will be so single-pointed till you get it. No, that is not Ananya Chinta, that is called obsession. Now, what is the difference between the two? The difference is in Ananya Chinta, the beauty of the divine is recognized. In obsession means the ugly is looking beautiful. Obsession means that which is inherently ugly is appearing beautiful to you and you are chasing that. What is tapas? Tapas is the bridge between obsession to Ananya Chinta. Walking on the bridge of tapas, you move from materialism to Ananya Chinta. You follow? Tapas is the bridge. What makes the ugly look beautiful? Desire. Inherently it is ugly, but because in your head you are so convinced that your happiness is in that, suddenly it starts looking beautiful. But in the eyes of the others, it's so ugly. That's why you crave for something, you are obsessed over something. That's why we say check with 10 other people. You can't do that. Huh? You can't do it. When you're obsessed, you can never check. That's why in the olden days, the culture is anything you're obsessed with, anything that you are craving and obsessed with, check with 10 people. That 10 will say, you will get very irritated at them. Yeah, they will say, there's nothing in this. Why are you wasting your time? You will get nobody's cooperating with me, sir. People are very negative. What words they come up with? Huh? So much of negative energy around. Why nobody's agreeing to your obsession? And who will agree to your obsession except you? Nobody will agree to your obsession except you. Ravana, look at Ravana. Okay, first thing. You know, Ravana became a Rakshasa. He was not born into Rakshasa. You know that, no? Because he's of the lineage of, even today, there is one subsect. There is one Gotra. That Ravana Gotra is still there. Let's say a sage. He's the son of a great sage. So, he comes from Ravana is not a Rakshasa. He became a Rakshasa. Who's his father? Let's say a great sage. So, by birth, he is a Brahmin. You know that? Who doesn't know that? He's not a Rakshasa family, like as though he's born in the demonic family. It's not all that. He comes from the learned. He comes from that learned parampara. Not only he came from that learned parampara, he himself is a highly learned person. Not only the parampara said, he himself is a highly learned person. When he's tired, all the gods will be terrified looking at Ravana. You know why? Because of the power. So he will tell, it's too hot. I want gentle breeze. Why you will immediately give gentle breeze to him? Not with the remote air conditioner. Huh? Why you? Look at the power of Ravana. It's too hot now. I want gentle breeze. Immediately, why you will give? Gentle breeze. And he gets very angry because the breeze is not up to his expectation. One harsh look he gives, Vayu is terrified. Look at the power of that Ravana. Everything he had. Look at Ravana. Rama really looks insignificant in so many areas. If you look at him. You look at him. When Hanuman first he saw, Hanuman was sent without giving. You could have just drawn one picture and given, no? This is Sita. Nothing was given. And then go and find out. No, how you will go and find out? At least nothing. And Hanuman went. First he saw Mandodari sleeping. And when he saw Mandodari, he thought that is Sita. Yeah, because she is that. She is as virtuous. So when he saw Mandodari, first Hanuman thought that is Sita. Then he thought, no, it can't be Sita. Why? Because she's wearing all jewelry and sleeping. All the jewelry, she threw it away. No. So, and also peacefully sleeping. How can she sleep peacefully separated from Rama? Therefore, it can't be Sita. But who can be this virtuous lady here? Mandodari is not doing any puja or sloka. He's fast. She's fast asleep. Look at the tejas. Look at that's the tapas. And then he comes and sees Ravana. Oh my God. What is that man? What that man did? Look at the advisors of him. Who all advised him? Who all advised him? Everybody advised him. Shurpanaka, sister. Yeah. Ravana's sister is called Shurpanaka. You know Shurpanaka means who? Okay. Nails எல்லாம் பண்ணது பேர் என்ன? Manicura, pedicura. Manicura. Nails பண்ணா அது பேரு manicure. She permanently does manicure to her. Shurpanaka, one who has beautiful nails. That's the meaning of her. You know, she's so particular about everything of her. Self-obsessed. What self-obsessed? Self-obsessed. That's what Shurpanaka. Matching. Nails matching. All the time matching. Nothing worked in the end. Shurpanaka, nose thumb poach. She became such an ugly. See, self-obsession, you'll become such an ugly. So what happened finally? Nose got cut. Inniko, even today she is with that. Look at Ravana. How he got all that? Effort he made. He made effort and got all that. But still we are saying he didn't have Ananya Chinta. Are you able to follow? Still he didn't have Ananya Chinta. Why? Because all the effort he did out of obsession for something. Because he's obsessed about something and he did everything, we cannot call him as Ananya Chinta. What is tapas? What is tapas? Any good thing that you do, it will not be pleasant in the beginning. It will burn you up. Withstand that burning and continue to do the right thing is called tapas. Again, I repeat, what is tapas? When you do the right thing, doing the right thing in the beginning will not be pleasant at all. It will be very like dhanam. When you do dhanam, it is not pleasant in the beginning. It will be pleasant in the end. So what is tapas? You do the right thing. You want to live the right way of life. You want to live a disciplined life. When you are trying to do all this, there will be what comes? A pain will come. Instead of the pain, you don't stop doing the right thing. Doing the right thing in spite of the pain is called tapas. Are you able to follow? You take care of the health, not because you are obsessed about your body, not because you are worried about the medical bills of future, not because you are scared of diseases. Why do you take care of the body? You have to take care of the body. Why you have to take care? Because this body is a necessary tool that you have to use to get to the divine. So you are exercising, you are disciplining, keeping your body fit, not because, see, everybody wants a fit body out of fear of disease. I don't want disease, sir. I don't know, or the medical bills are going to be, oh, I know what, no, it is not all that. But then you try and exercise for the sake of divine, your body will not cooperate. Try. It will not cooperate. But you exercise for health, medical bills. I have seen people around me, sir. I saw their suffering. I don't want to go through the suffering. Therefore, I want to be fit. The nature of the body is to get diseased. It will get diseased. It will happen in spite of everything. But what should you do? You do it for the sake of divine. So any act that is done for the sake of divine will result in pain in the beginning, nectarine in the end. 18th chapter, Bhagavad Gita. Visham, Amritam. The 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, he says, this is Visham and this is Amritam. What is Visham? That which is good to you is very painful in the beginning. That which is bad to you is very pleasurable in the beginning. So what is tapas? Not going and courting the things. Oh, all that is causing pain, I'll court. That is not tapas. What is tapas? You do the right thing, and when you are doing the right thing, the mind will not cooperate, and that mind's and the mind not cooperating, you force the mind to cooperate. When you force the mind to cooperate, the mind gets irritated, frustrated, and you can ignore that irritation and frustration of the mind. Are you able to follow the sequence? That capacity to ignore the irritation and frustration of the mind and continue to do the right thing is called tapas. When you do this kind of tapas, one day you will get to that state. What is the stage of Ananya Chinta? It is not that you are forcing the mind to stay at one thought. The mind doesn't go to any other thought by itself. That is Ananya Chinta. Are you able to understand the difference? Mind is running all over the place and I am forcing the mind to come and stay on one. No, that is not Ananya Chinta. What is Ananya Chinta? The mind by itself doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere else. Why it doesn't go anywhere else? Why it doesn't go anywhere else? From the darkness, the desire has been exposed to the, when the desire is exposed to the light, it will not go anywhere else. And when it doesn't go anywhere else, by default, you get into Ananya Chinta. Ananya Sintayanto Mam Yajana Paryupasate, Esham Nitya Viyuktanam Yoga Kshemam Aham Yagam. Yoga also you will get, Kshema also you will get. Dharma is supporting you, that is Kshema. Dharma supporting you is Kshema. Yoga is growth. Look at that combination of support. Yoga Kshemam Aham. What Kshema means? Kshema is not the bank balance, not the material benefit. What is Kshema? The Dharma supporting you is Kshema. Yeah. Most don't understand the word Kshema. Most of the time, Kshema is misunderstood as you get material things. It's not the support of the materiality. It is the support of Dharma, that divine. That is Kshema. And then comes Yoga. Yoga Kshemam Mahamyaham. I will give you Yoga. I will give you Kshema. Ananya Chinta. A person who's obsessed also will have Ananya, appear to be having Ananya Chinta, but it's not Ananya Chinta. Why? Because the Vega, the obsession over an object or a person is giving that strength, that obsession. It's not a strength at all. It looks like a strength, but it's not strength in the true sense of that. You follow? Expose that which is in darkness to light. That which is in darkness, bring it to light first. That which is in darkness, bring it to light first. And then, in that light, look at it penetratively. When you look at it penetratively in the light, you will know what it can give and what it cannot give. There you have right relationship with it. Again, you bring it out in light. That light will give you a penetrating capacity. In that penetrating capacity, you will know what it can give and what it cannot give. Then you will know how to relate with it rightly. Then you should know that, know what it can give and what it cannot give. Tobacco shop, isn't it? You go to the Vishnu temple, what will they give you? You go to the Shiva temple, they will give you vibhuti. If you go to the Vishnu temple, they will give you the tirtham. You go to the Shiva temple and ask, where is the tobacco shop here? You don't have clarity because you don't know what it can give and what it cannot give. Once you have this clarity, your relationship is all right. Moha Muddugara, it is called. This is called breaking the, this is called hammering. Hammering the, yeah, moha. Stubborn. Even the skull can be broken very easily. But that ignorance. Purnam, you are already. Why do you want anything? You interact with the world. You do your obligations. That is not a problem. But you do all that from the understanding that you are Purnam already. That is the message. Are you able to follow? What is the message? Purnam, you are already. We are not saying be contented with what you have. Remember this. Most of the time, Vedanta is misunderstood. Oh, we should be contented with what we have. No, it's not said be contented with what you have. Vedanta is saying recognize your Purnatvam first. Are you able to follow the difference? Otherwise, it will think, oh, be contented with what you have. If I'm a poor person, I should be contented with poverty, sir. That's not what is said. What is meant is what? That's what contentment is misunderstood as. It's not contentment in that sense. The very scope of desire will not exist. The scope for desire exists only when you believe the other can make you happy. Only when you believe the other can make you happy, you will want it. When will you think the other can make you happy? When you realize that you are unhappy now. So what is the solution? Be happy with what you have. You can't be happy with what you have. What is meant is, unless the Purnatvam comes in. Unless the Purnatvam comes in. Jahishatrum Mahabaho Kamarupam Durasadam. Third chapter, end. He said, Jahishatrum Mahabaho. This is the Shatru Arjuna. What is the Shatru? Ignorance is that Shatru, enemy. You are talking about enemy outside. Where is the enemy outside? There is one big enemy sitting inside of you in the form of ignorance. And what is ignorance? Ignorance equals formula, Kalpana. Ignorance equals self-analysis and self-conclusion. That is ignorance. Ignorance equals self-analysis and self-conclusion. What have you analyzed about yourself and what have you concluded about yourself? That is ignorance. What have you analyzed about yourself? What have you analyzed about yourself? I lack in this, I lack in this, I lack in this, I lack in this. Therefore, out of the self-analysis, there is a self-conclusion. What is a self-conclusion? My misery is justified, and unless I get it, I can't be happy. So ignorance is a formula. What is the formula? Self-analysis plus self-conclusion, within brackets, wrong. Within brackets, wrong. Ada moha, muda. What is wisdom? Self-analysis, self-conclusion. Right. Wisdom na, again self-analysis, self-conclusion. Within brackets, right. Right na Shastric guidance. Shastric guidance. So, rendu formula. Ore words undudhan. Within brackets changes. Within bracket changes. Ignorance na wrong. Wisdom na right. Right na Shastric. And what does Shastric analysis teaches you? Tattvamasi Shvetaketu. What are you chasing? What are you chasing? You are that already. You are Purnam already. So the knowledge is changing the way in which you look at yourself and the way you conclude about yourself. புரியுதா? மாத்தி சொல்றாதீங்கோ, பயமுறுத்துறீங்கோ, இல்லையா? Teaching wrongly, scaring us. What scaring us? Yeah, wrong self-analysis, wrong conclusion, don't come to. Idala what is there to get scared? பயமுறுத்துறீங்கோ சார், நீங்க வாரம் class எடுத்து, he saying. Able to follow? What is wisdom? Again, self-analysis, conclusion. Guided by what? By Shastra. So when the self-analysis is done through the guidance of the Shastra, you will come to an extraordinary self-conclusion. What is a self-conclusion that you will come to? Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Brahma Asmi. Yeah. Moha Mudgara Bhaja Govindam. We'll continue next week.